بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله وكفى والصلاة والسلام على حبيبه المصطفى وعلى آله وأصحابه الشرفاء أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah, we are continuing with our program inshallah on happy marriage life. Inshallah, what are the secrets? What are the challenges? What are the difficulties? How do we equip our young men and women, inshallah, to deal with them? How does the Prophet ﷺ want us to live our life in our marriage life? How does Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want us to behave in certain situations, inshallah? And we have reached, now this is part number 27. We were speaking about one of the most important topics in marriage life, which is at-talaq, divorce, inshallah. This is part 2 of divorce, inshallah ta'ala. The Prophet sallallahu alayhi wasallam, hadith reported by Salama radiyallahu anha wa ardaha, the Prophet sallam said, ayyuma imra'atin matat wa zawjuha anha radin, any woman who was to die while their husband is pleased with them, dakhalatil jannah, Allah will bless them with paradise, Jannah. Therefore, getting the pleasure of your husband being pleased with you, it is one of the means for you to enter Jannah. And the Prophet ﷺ, hadith reported by Thawban radiyallahu anhu ardah, he said, ayyuma imra'atin sa'alat zawjaha talaqan, any woman was to seek unjustly, unnecessarily, was to seek for divorce, fi ghayri ma ba'sin, without any valid reason that is acceptable in Sharia, فَحَرَامٌ عَلَيْهَا رَائِحَةُ الْجَنَّةِ, it is haram for them to taste the smell of Jannah, as we said. Therefore, but there are certain conditions, there are certain times when the woman is allowed to demand for divorce and she will not get sins. Therefore, it is important to know what are your rights as a woman, inshallah. And we will discuss about the man, when are they allowed to divorce without getting sins, because it is sinful to divorce. It is one of the halal that is hated by Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants these families to remain united, love one another. These children are raised in a strong family environment. Therefore, first and foremost, شروط طلب المرأة للطلاق, conditions where a woman can seek to be divorced. First, if a man is committing major sins, if a man is alcoholic, if a man is using drugs, if a man is not praying, if a man is not fasting, first and foremost, before you enter into the marriage, you should have known. Now you know, or now maybe because you entered into a marriage that he was a good person, now he found bad friends to mislead him and they misled him to do these bad things. Therefore, first and foremost, the most important thing as a wife, be patient. Before you run for a divorce, be patient. During the day, try to guide them. Give them da'wah. During the night, seek dua. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore, it is very important. Otherwise, it is your right as the woman, when you have tried everything, when you've exhausted all the options, therefore it is your right to demand your divorce. When one of the scholars was asked, what is the ruling of a woman to seek for divorce from a man who is using drugs and also who is committing major sins, not praying, not fasting, despite you trying, no matter how much you've tried, it is not working. He said at that particular time, the woman seeking for divorce, it is acceptable in Sharia Otherwise, the children will imitate the parent, the father. Therefore, it is like a cancer that it should be cut off. Therefore, know how when you come to the dead end, at that time, do not be stressing and crying all day and night, your life to continue like that when it's refused to change. Number two, if there are certain illnesses, if probably they've got leprosy, if they've got certain illnesses and you are not able to tolerate, it is within your right to just say to that man that I am no longer ready or feel attracted to you, therefore I want a divorce. But if you do become patient, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you. Number three, a woman has the right to seek for divorce if she was to find out that the man who's married her could not have children. Or now they were trying so much, probably he was trying in previous relationship that he could not have children. Now she found out, she has the right to demand for divorce without getting any sins. Or you live together and you are both trying and trying and trying, and now you went to get measured, both of you, the doctor to tell you, you as the woman, you're perfectly healthy, the man is the one who cannot have children. Therefore, you have the right to ask that man, please, kindly, I do want to have children. I want to come out of this contract and this marriage. I want to end it. It is within your right. And also, if the man is unable to have sexual intercourse with you because of illnesses, because there are certain reasons, if some men who are diabetic, blood pressure, and probably on drugs, and all this, sometimes they are impotent, they cannot. Therefore, there are means of trying to help them. There are medications from the doctors. If you do love one another, seek medical help. Because there are certain medication you use for diabetes, for blood pressure, and all these tend to have an effect on the performance of the man. Therefore, do seek for medical assistance from the doctor. Do not be keeping it quiet within your marriage until it causes a problem. Therefore, it is within your right, after you have exhausted all the options and all the avenues, therefore, he's still not able, it is within your right, instead of you being not able to get it, to go and come out of the marriage and go and commit zina while you are within that marriage life. It is haram. Therefore, and also, if a man cannot fulfill his responsibilities, he's no longer able to pay the bills because of illness, because of an accident, he's no longer able to clothe you, to pay the rent, to all this, it is within your right to say to that particular man, I am sorry, I have been extremely patient, I have tried, I have even worked, but I am not able to earn. Therefore, please divorce me, that I will seek for other marriages. Probably Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will open his ways for me. It is within your right. Therefore, and also it is within the right of the woman to seek for divorce if a man travels for very long time. If it is because of work purposes, or sometimes he's gone for so long, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 6 years, and he does not even look after you, and you might end up committing sins and zina and all this, it is within your right to tell him, that's it, I can no longer continue. Maximum a man is given to be away is 4 months, Islamically. So if you're going for 2 years, 3 years and 4 years, the woman has the right to ask for divorce. And sometimes because of the crimes that a man committed, maybe he was on drugs, maybe he harmed somebody, and all these things, and then he ended up getting a jail sentence for 10 years. you have the right to tell them, look, I am not ready to wait for that long time. I want to have children. The lifespan of a woman where they can have children is shorter. Therefore, I want to use that chance. Oh, you can. If you are able to be patient, inshallah, there is no problem. But if you cannot, you have the right to seek for divorce. If a man travels for longer than 6 months, you have the right. You can be patient, or you can tell them, look, if you are continuing like this, I cannot, and you can seek for divorce. And also, a man who is not at home at all times, all day he's out, and all night he's with friends here and there. You do not have time with each other. He's so busy with other things and everything, and maybe he's just with friends enjoying himself, not even able to go to work in the morning. He sleeps during all day and everything. When you're faced with all these things, and then the bills will pile up and problems, rent not paid, that is not paid, and that was paid. If it does not change, then you can ask for divorce. But do not be the main reason that the house is so difficult to be in. There is no peace in the house. Problems and problems. Do not be the contributing one. And also, number 8, you as the woman have the right to demand for divorce if your husband is beating you, if your husband swears at you, if your husband disrespects you in front of your children, in front of people and all these things. You have the right to be honored. You have the right of respect. Therefore, if he beats you and all this, you have the right to demand for divorce, and you will not get sins. Try to be patient. Try to seek for help and everything. If there is no way out, then you have the right to demand for divorce. Number 9, you as the woman have the right for seeking to be divorced without getting sins if at some point you've reached a stage you just hate him for no particular reason. You just do not like him anymore. You do not want to spend any time with him anymore. Therefore, a story has happened at the time of the Prophet ﷺ. A woman came to the Prophet ﷺ, said, Ya Rasulullah, my husband, he's a good person. His deen is good, and also his manners are good and everything, but I do not feel attracted to him anymore, and I do not want to end up committing sins. Therefore, I want out of this marriage. I want to get out of this marriage. I want to save myself instead of committing sins. The Prophet ﷺ has asked her, are you going to give her back the dowry that is given you, the mahr? There is given him a piece of land. He said, are you going to give it back? He said, yes, Ya Rasulullah, I'll give it back. Therefore, she has given, the Prophet ﷺ invited the man, said, look, she does not like you anymore. Therefore, take your land and please divorce her. And the Prophet ﷺ told him to divorce her, and that is how it ended up. And lastly, if the husband stops you from seeing your parents, seeing your family members, and also stops them from coming to the house and visiting you and everything, then you have the right to come out. That is a toxic relationship. You have the right to demand for divorce without getting sins, but do try. We never ever encourage anyone to use divorce as the first mean of solution. Divorce should always be the last mean. It should be the last option. But unfortunately, today, the first thing that we look for as the women, a tiniest thing, divorce me. Smallest thing that you've delayed paying, divorce me. If you do not like me this way, divorce me. If a man, the food is delayed a little bit, divorce me. If the woman delays at work or at home or visiting her mother or something, I'm divorcing you. Therefore, it is very, very dangerous. We shouldn't just be doing this. And it is very important, inshallah ta'ala, dear brothers and sisters, to know all these things. So as a woman, you are not oppressed. Islam has given you rights. You do have rights to demand for divorce. If things are not working out for you, you are as a woman, but the Prophet ﷺ said, your man being pleased with you is one of the reasons for you to go to Jannah. Therefore, when there is a problem, when your man is doing bad things, committing major sins, his earning is haram, he's stealing, he's not praying, not fasting, therefore, and also not probably is sick, he's disabled completely, for example. For so long time, you've been patient, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years and everything. He is not going to get better. You have the right to say, that's it, I am sorry. If I continue like this, I might end up committing sins. Therefore, I want to come out of this relationship. If he is not able to have children, try to seek medical help. If it is impossible, therefore you have the right. If he is not able to satisfy you sexually, therefore do seek medical help which is available. If it is not possible, you have the right. If he is not able to look after you, to look after the children, to pay the bills, it is within your right to look for other options and seek for divorce. And also, if he goes away for so long time, as we said, if he's imprisoned or he traveled for so long and then he comes every 2 years for 1 week or 10 days, it is within your right to seek for divorce without getting any sins. And also, be very, very careful. Do not ever tolerate a man who beats you, a man who swears at you, a man who does not respect you, because those qualities your children will learn from their dad and they will go and do it to other wives. Therefore, do not tolerate those kind of things. Give them ultimatum. You touch me again, I'm gonna involve my brothers, I'm gonna tell my dad. You swear at me again, I want to be treated the way I treat you. Treat others the way you like to be treated, respected, loved. Therefore, I did not come to your house because I could not find food. My dad it was too much for him to clothe me or to find me a room. I was very comfortable. I came to find love, peace, and to have my other half, and also to have beautiful children, to be able to offer what I can, and also to receive love from you. And also, do not tolerate so much for a man who tells you never visit your parents. Your parents should never come to visit you and everything. Have respect, know the right of your parents and know the right of your husband. And also similarly, you should never stop your husband visiting their parents and seeing their mothers and everything. If we live in love and harmony and respect, inshallah, and follow the Prophet ﷺ, follow the guidance of the Quran, and follow the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, we will inshallah have a very comfortable environment where we can enjoy our life, our short period of life in this dunya, and inshallah have a comfortable and happy life in the hereafter. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam.
ربنا انفعنا بما علمتنا رب علمنا الذي ينفعنا رب فقهنا وفقه أهلنا وقرابات لنا في ديننا